My name is Faith Osborne, and I'm from Oaks, North Dakota. This piece is an entertained speech that I wrote for our speech competition last year. It's entitled, My Mother, the Principal.
Faith Osborne, please report to the principal's office. Beep. Fear courses through my veins. Am I in trouble? Did someone die? Do I have concessions duty? All of these scenarios run through a teenager's mind whenever their name is called over the intercom. Nothing is scarier than being summoned to the principal's office. Beep. Faith Hinker Osborne, report to the principal's office now. Beep. Except being called by your mother, the principal. Having my mother as our high school principal is a fate very unique to me, and I share it with very few people. Explaining the situation can be categorized into three groups: the good, the bad, and the motherly. Alright, so I'll admit, the bad often seems to outweigh the other two groups, but I am determined to shed light on the very thin and hardly visible silver lining. Which brings me to my first point, the good, including, but not limited to, the greatest teenage necessity: coffee. Having a mother whose coffee addiction rivals my own in the same building as me is often the saving grace that gets me through the day. I'm one of those coffee addicts who gets a headache when I don't have my morning cup of joe. And if anyone starts getting on my nerves before I'm at least halfway through a raspberry white chocolate latte with 2 shots of espresso, they may not live to see second period. I live by the motto that anything is possible with an idea in your head, a dream in your heart, and a sufficient amount of coffee running through your veins. But some days, my schedule doesn't allow for my morning cup of coffee while perusing my Twitter feed before I have to rush off and get an education. So, to spare the lives of innocent bystanders, I visit my favorite, quaint little coffee shop, Café de Mama Osborne, conveniently located in the high school office. Okay, so a Keurig and some cappuccino cups aren't exactly Starbucks, but trust me, they keep the monsters securely locked away inside of me, and keep me from falling asleep in class, which would subsequently get me sent to the office. Which leads to my next point, the bad. This centers around none other than my peers. You know, whoever said that high school was the best 4 years of your life was lying, or else they never learned the difference between best and worst. Between wearing the right clothes, dating the right person, and being involved in the right activities, it's so hard being a teenager. But you know what's worse? Having your mother as the principal on top of all that. I get blamed for everything. Oh my gosh, can you believe we can't wear yoga pants without a shirt covering our butts? Like, I'm pretty sure the freedom of yoga pants is like in the Declaration of Rights or something. I bet Faith told her mom to ban yoga pants because she hates me. I'm pretty sure she never got over that one time I got a better math grade than her. Dude, did you hear about that new cell phone policy? I can't even play trivia crack in history anymore. Mrs. O is so lame. I heard that Faith told her mom that some kid was watching Netflix in chemistry, and she told her mom. What a snitch. Seems a bit idiotic to be blaming me for these things, but leave it to the average teenager to spin lies into gold and quickly knock me down the rungs of the ladder of social hierarchy. Because they can't directly attack my mother, I am the scapegoat. But no matter, these students are often the ones who think high school is the best 4 years of your life. And one day, they'll be working for me, without any yoga pants rights. This leads me to my last point, the motherly. Every mother is adamant about 3 things: modesty, honesty, and proper punishment. Does that tank top reach 3 fingers across? That shirt had better not dip too low. Do your fingers reach the bottom of that skirt? I have sweatpants if they don't. Now I want you to tell me the honest truth. You will be in far less trouble if you simply tell me what happened. Be the adult and own up to your wrongs. I am very disappointed in you, and I'll have you know that you will be suffering the consequences. I will call you back when I have discovered a punishment befitting your crime. You tell me, does this sound like your mother or your principal? They're nearly interchangeable. But when your mother is also your principal, you get twice the amount of everything. For instance, I'm forced to dress twice as modestly, which basically entails turtlenecks, loose-fitting khakis, the occasional size large t-shirt with shorts at least past my kneecaps. She knows twice the amount of things about my day-to-day life. For instance, any sass in class, bad grades, or idle gossip a teacher may happen to overhear goes straight to the mothership. Literally. And that often lands me twice the amount of tongue lashing. Once at school, from my principal, and again at home, from my mother. Talk about double the trouble. And now you are doubly educated on what could happen should your mother decide to suddenly make a career change and become your high school principal, though I doubt you're as unlucky as I am. But if it should happen, think of this as a guide, and remember, embrace the good that is coffee. Ignore the bad in your inevitable scapegoat status. And whatever you do, avoid the motherly aspects in your mom at school as much as possible. Beep, Faith Hinker Osborne, report to the principal's office now or you will be grounded for a month. Beep. But most of all, if you become the principal's kid, good luck.
My name is Faith Osborne, and I'm from Oaks, North Dakota. This piece is a dramatic interpretation called Gloves for a Princess by Charlotte Jones.
The princess. That's right, royalty. Yes, sirree. Weren't a princess when I were born, but I'm one now. It's as plain to see as the nose on me face and the crown on me head. Madness is a very different experience for the impaired person, and those of us in society that are forced to deal with what we consider broken people. You be the judge of the delusional British bag lady's world of sleeping in the streets and digging through the garbage cans in Gloves for a Princess by Charlotte Jones. Mentally, she just might be happier than any of us. So, you're probably wondering how I became a princess. You see, I was married to a commoner once. He was a butcher down at the corner grocery. Lived in a regular flat right here in London. But I knew I was something special. I was probably a blue blood. Princess Di and I always had a special connection. A relationship, you might say. It's because we have the same name, Diana. When she got married, I watched her on the telly. Her eyes connected with mine right through it. And she said, "You and me, we're inseparable." She wanted me to come stand by her for the ceremony. So I got me wedding dress on, stood by her side right there in St. Paul's Cathedral. How I felt like a fairy princess standing up for Lady Di. Me husband came home from work that night. "What the hell are you doing, standing in the shower with your wedding dress on?" I told him there was nothing wrong with me. It's not like I turned the water on. No, that would be bonkers. He never would have believed me, but standing in the shower was the only place safe from the paparazzi. Me and Princess Di spent a lot of time in that dark shower over the years. Our husband started running around on her with that Camilla woman. At the same time, I found out me husband was running around with some girl who sells flowers on the corner grocery. Little floozy, that one. I started getting suspicious when he'd come home later and later. Kept saying he was at the pub. But if he's at the pub, why is he bringing me flowers? My man ain't the kind of guy who brings me flowers. Always said they were a waste of money. What's a butcher want with flowers? Unless he's trying to hide his dirty deeds. One night, he came home with this beautiful bouquet of flowers. Said he was sorry and working so late, and maybe these would make up for it. I know I should have been grateful for those flowers, but when he started taking off his clothes, flowers started dropping out of his trousers, and that's when I knew the truth. You dirty, rotten cheating! No good piece of trash! You're lower than a lizard, fooling around with that floozy! What are you talking about, Diana? I don't understand. You're diddling with that flower floozy, that girl who sells flowers on the corner grocery, and now I've got proof. I bent down and picked up a white chrysanthemum, I think it were. Flowers! Dropping out of your trousers! You lost it this time, Diana. That's nothing but a piece of Kleenex. Now, I'm here to tell you that was no piece of Kleenex. Even Princess Di knew it was a chrysanthemum. And then it happened. The most awful thing. And, oddly, the most wonderful thing. It was the moment the universe created me opening. I remember the date clearly. August 31st, 1997. Princess Di killed in that tragic car accident. But it was the moment the universe created me opening. You see, Princess Di's spirit came to live in me. A life continues in me body. She came to me that night like in a dream. I could feel her come into me, like breathing in a whoosh of cold air on a winter's day. I could feel her spread out throughout me body. Me fingers tingled with the feeling of her soul melding with mine. The last bit was me heart. Me heart became her heart. We beat as one. I knew the old Diana, before myself, was gone forever. The old Diana's husband kept trying to make me go to some head doctor. I'm a princess and I'll do as I please, and I ain't going to no head doctor. I'll never forgive him for what happened next. He tricked me, you know. He said, "It's a beautiful day out. Let's go for a drive in the country. Have a little box lunch." Sounded like something a princess would enjoy, so I agreed to go. We got on the M23, headed outside London, when it dawned on me. We was going the wrong way. This is not the way to Windsor Castle. Diana, I don't know what else to do, but I'm taking you to a hospital. I'm sorry. Then I said what any princess would say. But I haven't packed me ball gowns. It's okay, Diana, I packed you a bag. I bet you didn't pack the right gloves. I am not going to some nut house. They're going to try to kill Diana. They've already tried to kill her once. When we got to the hospital, 2 men in white coats had to drag me out of the car. Don't do this to me. Don't touch me. The princess demands that you let her go. Heads will roll. Mark my words. When I woke up, I was in a room that was more like a jail cell than a hospital. And when I opened the bag Diana's husband had packed, I realized he didn't pack me any gloves at all. I really had to keep my guard up while I was there. They were definitely trying to kill Diana. Kept trying to make us take all these pills. But then, one day, I figured a way out. I snatched a visitor's badge when no one was looking, dressed in my royal clothes, put the badge on, and walked right out with another visitor. No one even looked twice. Would you look at that? The butler has laid out me ball gown for the evening. Oh, this is going to be brilliant. The people will gather. They'll watch me enter and I'll wave. Of course, when am I going to get a manicure? I do need a manicure. Nail polish is a bit chipped. Of course, with these gloves on, no one will even know the difference. You do know that's what happened to Princess Di that night, don't you? She didn't have her gloves on. A princess should never take her gloves off, or bad things can happen. Life can change in an instant, just like that. That is the hardest part about wearing gloves. can't snap your fingers with them on. Yes, I'd better get a manicure, because even if no one else sees these nails, I'll know. And a princess is always properly dressed from the inside out.